Hello, my dear friends. So, welcome to Movie of the World YouTube channel. So, friends, today I'm going to narrate English movie which is Poseidon. It was released in the year of 2006 and directed by Ul Gang Peterson and starring by Dylan Jones, Robert Ramsey, Richards Nelson, Jennifer Ramsey, Maggie James, Christians, Lucky Larry, Connor James, and many more. So, friends, I'm just going to narrate a brief story about the movie. So, let's start. The story begins on New Year's Eve, aboard the luxurious cruise liner Poseidon. The ship is carrying hundreds of passengers across the North Atlantic Ocean. People are celebrating the arrival of the new year with music, dancing, and dining and parties. Among the passengers are former New York firefighter Robert Ramsey, his daughter Jennifer, and Jennifer fiance Christians. Also on board are professionals gambler Daniel Jones, a single mother named Maggie, James and her young son Connor, and a waiter named Ellen's friend Lucas. As midnight approaches, everyone gathers in the grand ballrooms for the countdown. While the passengers celebrate, the ship's officers notice a massive row wave forming in the distance. They attempt to turn the ship, but there is not enough time. Within moments, the enormous wave crashes into the vessels into tremendous force. The impact is catastrophic. Furniture, glass, and people are thrown across the room. The ship rolls violently and eventually flips completely upside down. Hundreds of passengers are killed instantly or trapped inside the wrecked vessels. Chaos erupts as survivors struggle to understand what has happened. After the disaster, the ship's captain advises the remaining passengers to stay in the ballroom and to wait for rescue teams. However, Daniel Jones believes that remaining there is a death sentence. He argues that the ship is sinking and the safest route is to move upward through the overturned vessels toward the hull, which is now above the water. A small group decides to follow Daniel. The group includes Robert Ramsey, Jennifer Christians, Maggie, Connor, Lucas, and a few others. Together, they begin a dangerous journey through the upside down ship. As they move through the vessels, they face numerous obstacles. Hallways are flooded, fires burn in mechanical rooms, and damaged structures threaten to collapse at any moment. Every section of ships becomes a deadly trap. The survivors must climb through elevator shafts, crawls through narrow passages, and cross dangerous gaps. During their journey, several members of the group are killed. One survivor falls to his death while attempting to cross an elevator shaft. Others are trapped by rising water to crushed by collapsing debris. Each loss reminds the survivors how little time they have left. Robert Ramsey emerges as one of the group's strongest and most courageous members. His experience as a firefighter helps him remaining calm under pressures. He works closely with Daniel to guide the others through the wreckage. At one point, the group reaches an area blocked by intense heat and steam. Robert realizes that someone must manually operate a valve to release pressure and open a path for the others. Knowing the risks, he volunteers. He succeeds in opening the route, but the effort severely injures him. As the others prefer to move on, Robert understands that he will not survive. He shares an emotional goodbye with his daughter, Jennifer, and encourages her to keep going. His sacrifice allows the groups to continue their escape and becomes one of the film's most touching moments. The survivors eventually reach the engine room, But their challenges are far from one. Water continues pouring into the ship, and the vessel is sinking deeper into the ocean. The group must swim through flooded compartments and avoid powerful currents that threaten to pull them under. Daniel takes charges during the final stage of their escape. Using quick thinking and determination, he leads the survivors towards the outer hull. They locate a weak section of metal and work together to break through it. Finally, they reach the highest point of the overturned ship. Exhausted and injured, they wait desperately for help. Their hopes rise when they hear the sound of rescue helicopters approaching. The survivors signal the rescuers, who spot them on the exposed hull. One by one, they are lifted to safety. Daniel, Jennifer, Christians, Maggie, Connor, and Lucas survive the disaster, though they carry the memories of those who lost their lives. The film ends with the survivors rescued from the ocean as the remains of the Poseidon slowly disappear beneath the waves. Poseidon is a story of courage, sacrifice, teamwork, and the human courage.